3, 2, and 1. Good morning, dear Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to the Petrofac Toastmaster meeting number 266. Regarding our guests, a special welcome to our guests. Today we have two, Toastmaster Paritosh and Toastmaster Mahendra. Please join me in welcoming our guests.
Thank you, folks.
Before we start our meeting, there is few things which I need to remind you. First of all is our mission statement, which says that we provide a positive and supportive learning experience in which all members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. A few more things before we start is, of course, respect towards the speaker. So if you are not a speaker, please keep your mic muted. As you noticed earlier, during our meeting, we are discussing variety of things like weather, Chinook, Olympics, but there are few topics which we are not discussing. We call them taboo topics. In GCC area, those topics are sex, religion, and politics. With that, please join me in welcoming our president, which selected a calisthenics as his sport activity. Now he is working on doing human flag. If you don't know what is human flag, I will try to show you. It is exercise when you're supposed to hold your body in horizontal position and hold it with your hands like that. I cannot do it, but he can. So please join me in welcoming our president, Toastmaster Muhannad.
Thank you very much for this marvelous introduction, Farida. Toastmasters, we are 15,000 clubs, 300,000 members in 149 countries worldwide. There are multiple interests, multiple languages that spread across the world. Our members from China to India to Oman, UAE, all the way to Canada. And in the next few weeks, we're gonna send our invitations to our colleagues in the UK and Australia and other offices so they could join us. We will have lots and lots of different members from Algeria, maybe from Kazakhstan, and we will rock in the next meetings. Toastmasters, it's a way to learn by practice and at the moment of joy. During the last months, our heroes in October, they joined the IACDC competition and they did excellent. We need to keep the same spirits and keep focusing on our competition coming in end of February and March. There are 4 competitions: evaluations, table topics, international speaker, as well as the evaluation competition. So please get your rules, start practicing in order to participate in that. In Toastmasters, we have 10 pathways. So these pathways, each one of us choose the pathways which suits his professional and personal needs. So you can see you have all types on screens of pathways, and each pathways will focus on different skills and different core competencies. So please advance on these pathways. You can choose more than one pathway at a time. And let me know if you want more than 2 pathways. If you're completed, we can help you. Now, as Mr. Smedley says that we enjoy the time of enjoyment, and while practicing, let me introduce the biggest example of our today, who's a surgeon at arms and table and Toastmaster of the day, who's showing us how he learned at the time of enjoyment, and at the same time he's on the hybrid mode. Our today Toastmaster of the day is a chemical engineer. She's Pilates trainer. She's certified. She's trainer, and she will go through us today in the theme of the day. She always trained 5 hours a day as a minimum. Let's all welcome Toastmaster Farida.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohanad, for such welcoming. Importance of physical culture is the topic of today's meeting. Last week, I made a short survey among today's meeting participants. Most of you participated in that survey. A survey consists of a few questions like, are you doing any sport-related activities? What type of activities you are doing? How often? And why you are doing? And to be honest, I was surprised with the questions which I got, because first of all, 13 out of 13 people which were asked, they answered yes. I am doing physical exercises. It means that 100% of people, they are doing. Secondly, I was surprised by the variety of things which you people are doing. So it means that I'm surrounded by such a multi-talented people like you, because those activities were like yoga, acro yoga, cricket, badminton, calisthenics, walking, swimming, running, gym. In total, there was more than 10 different activities. So you people are multi-talented. And for the last question, why you are doing these activities, answers were interesting. Like 60% of people answered, I am doing activity because I enjoy it, because I have fun, because it makes me feel like I'm back to my childhood, because it is a type of entertainment for me. And 50% of people answered because it is a source of energy for me. So now we see that there are few benefits which was shown as per result of survey. Having fun, and which means increasing our mood, and secondly, it is increasing our energy level. Don't change the channel. We will continue this topic further, but now we are moving forward with our meeting, and let me introduce today's role players. First role players is Toastmaster Heman. Let me tell something about him, which I learned recently. Toastmaster Heman, he likes cycling in park, and he is cycling 20 minutes per day because, first of all, he enjoys it, he can do it, he likes fresh air in the park, and he likes to enjoy beauty of the park. Also, Toastmaster Heman participated in 10,000 kilometers Dubai run. Toastmaster Heman, can you please shortly brief us about your today role?
Good morning, Toastmaster of the day, and good morning to all the guests and members. To be young, exercise, but exercise should be with a timing. And today my role is to time speakers timing. So in today's we have 3 segments: prepared speeches, table topic, and evaluation. So I will change my background. Just let me show you. So like when you reach the allotted time, which I will show my background as a green, and I will make myself off. So you will see just the green background. Perfect. And when you reach the in between the minimum time, maximum time, I will change to amber. Red shows now you have 30 seconds to conclude your speech. So we give 30 seconds as a grace period. So red means you have reached your allotted time. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Farida.
Thank you, Toastmaster Heman. Next role is grammarian and accounter, which will be played by Toastmaster Sibo. Toastmaster Sibo, he doesn't have exact schedule, but he likes to play badminton. He enjoys playing badminton with his kids. And usually one game is around 15 minutes. Toastmaster Sibo, can you please brief us shortly about yours today role?
Yeah, good morning, Toastmasters and guests. Today, my role is as an accounter and a grammarian. As an accounter, I will note the words and sound used as a pause filters by anyone who speaks during the meeting. Words may be the filler words like as, and, well, but, so, you, or the sounds may be yeah. So this type of filler words you used in between the sentences. I will make a note of this verses and will give you a report at the end of the session. My another role is as a grammarian. I will note down the correct use of the grammar, and if found anything inappropriate, I will give you a report at the end. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sibo. Next role is a word master, and it will be played by Toastmaster Manoranjan. Toastmaster Manoranjan, he is not an ordinary person. He is doing regular exercises, even if he is on site. Suppose last Friday, he was jogging for 15 kilometers and playing badminton for 2 hours. He doesn't miss any chance if there is a chance to go to swim. Toastmaster Manoranjan, please brief us shortly about your today role.
Good morning, everyone, and the guests and the Toastmasters. So today my role is as a word master. So I have selected a word which is the theme of the day, the physical activities. I will share my screen. Let me know my screen visible or not.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So the today word what I have selected is euphoria. So it's a feeling or a state of intense excitement and happiness. So whenever you have a excellent joy, so this word is for that. It's a noun, and like I am doing the jogging for 15 kilometer, 20 kilometer. If I did in morning, then after coming back from the jogging, I feel euphoria. So it's really excited, and the day goes such a nice for the whole day, remaining the energetic for this euphoria activity. So over to you, Toastmaster Farida. And I request everyone to use this word as much as possible. This is a common word, and also it's a giving the energy. When you are speaking the euphoria, it's giving energy. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoranjan. And next role player is a general evaluator, Toastmaster Mahendran. Toastmaster Mahendran is joined us from Fujairah Toastmaster Club. He likes hiking, and usually he manages his activities in such a way to enjoy every minute of his life. Toastmaster Mahendran, please brief us shortly about your today role.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I really feel euphoria to be here. The reason is there is a first time I'm here in a corporate club. My role is as a general evaluator. I'm going to evaluate each person's performance and how the meeting is conducting in such a manner. So at the end of this today's session, I will give my report. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Farida.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahendran. So let us move forward with the meeting. As I mentioned earlier, a result of survey shown that we, together with you, agreed that there are benefits of physical exercising. As you told me, benefits are it improves our mood, it is a source of energy, and I want to add from my side that also it is useful for health. especially for people who have sedentary lifestyle, because most of the people nowadays they are working from 8 to 10 hours, sometimes even 12 hours, and they are sitting in front of their computers every day, and it may cause deformation of spine. Suppose spine is straight, but if you sit in front of computer, it can be deformated. And to prevent that deformation, we need to move our spine properly. For that, we need to know what type of movements are there. What is the range of movement for spine? Who can tell me? There are 4 movements of spine.
X, Y, Z, and rotating.
Yeah, but yes, correct. X, Y, Z and rotating. But the X, Y, Z, by other words, it is flexion, moving forward. Extension is moving backward. Side flexion, which is moving to the sides, and rotation, yes. So these 4. And why it is so important to keep especially our spine healthy and active?
Farida, there's also compression and decompression.
Yes, compression, decompression. Yeah, but it is like not a range of movement.
Yeah, that is stretching. So in other words, if you hang off a surface and you let your weight of your body stretch your spine, you can decompress. If you pick somebody up or you pick up a heavy weight, it's a decompression. Decompression is healthy. Compression is unhealthy.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Michael, for such a note. And why it is important to keep spine healthy? Take care of your spine. Any idea, any suggestion?
The spinal cord has direct connection with our brain activities, so therefore it will also help our mental health and keep our brain all fit and fine.
Yes, exactly. Toastmaster Paritosh, it is the exact answer, because inside spine there is spinal cord which directly connected to brain, and all our movements, like if we walk, if we run, if we hug, if we want to beat someone, it is all signals from brain to our body. That's why it is important to keep our spine healthy. We will talk about it more later, and now we are moving to the next part of our meeting, which is prepared speeches. Today we have three prepared speeches. It means that we have 3 evaluators. So let us move directly to the evaluator number 1. Toastmaster Sunita, can you please tell the purpose of your target speaker speech of Toastmaster Kudus' speech?
Thank you, Toastmaster Farida. Very well done. My speaker today is Toastmaster Kudus Ahmed, and his pathway is his presentation mastery. He's attempting his level 2, and the project is Understanding Communication Style. The title of his speech is also Understanding Communication Styles. So what is the purpose? The purpose of the project is for him to learn about the different communication styles and also to identify his primary style. Also for members to share, so he being the member, to share the impact of his style on others. What it should not be is a report on the content of Understanding Your Communication Style project. All the best to you, Kudus Ahmed, and over to you, Farida. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunita. Before we move to his speech, let me tell you something about Toastmaster Kudus. Before, he liked to play table tennis, but now he preferred to walk. He is a passionate walker. He is walking 9 kilometers per day, 14 hours per week. because walking is good for health and it gives him positive energy. Toastmaster Kudus Ahmed, understanding communication style. Understanding communication style, Toastmaster Kudus Ahmed.
According to Tony Ellis, that misunderstanding happens because we do not understand that people have a different style of communication. Toastmaster of the day, friends, and other Toastmaster fellow members, good morning to you all. Today, I will be talking what are the different communicating styles and which one suit to me and which how does is impacted me. So with this, we can understand how the Tony has clearly identified the communication style affects our way. Our style gives the clear indication, clear way how we should be communicating, taking into account the others' understanding. If we understand that, if our communication style is suit to others, this gives relationship, and better communication leads to better relationship. To understand more on that, there are 4 types of communication styles. One is supportive, initiative, second one. And the people has a communication style called analytical and directing. To know your own communication style, the simple way is go to the Toastmaster portal, take a simple questionnaire is there and find out which style is your natural style. Many people, when they take these questionnaires, they end up with having multiple styles. And I myself is no exception. I end up in all 4 styles. My scores were varying from supportive, initiating, analytical, and leadership. So if someone ends up with all 4s, it's wise. There is no fixed style. The score in which you score highest is your natural style. That does not mean that suits to all the purposes. So let's look into more detail, like what is supportive. The people who has the highest score in support in this style, they are quiet, happy, and very, they don't like changes. So sometimes people see they are indecisive. They are perceived as a very, they are perceived like natural. They have a good, friendly, all those things they have. And when people listen them, and they are very good in listening. So people feel they are dependable, loyal. These are the qualities depicted by this type of communication style. The another comes initiating. These people are jolly people. Just talk to anyone. They just find they can talk to anyone. They find a way to talk to the people. They are very friendly. They make quick friends, and their way with this, they feel self-assured, they feel energetic, and feel motivated. So these people don't like the environment of tension. They always enjoy working with the people, talking to the people. The third one, we call it analytical. They are professor type of people. They think very high level. They make logical decision. They are very systematic. They talk very calculated. makes the logical signs. When they talk, they make the sequence. They are self-styled. They have very systematic life, and the people who are with this communicating styles are not very much open. They are not like, they are more on private side. If you don't ask a question, they will not answer anything. So they don't open by their own way. And by the way, if you end up with the highest score in your score in directing, that means you are a natural leader. You like people to, you like result to come on a time. You feel more structured and love very structured way, calculated way, and busy life. Sometimes when people look those people, they feel that the over demanding and see that not giving the opportunity they were supposed to get it. Means the person with the leadership style looks higher and end result. He takes that on a board and work accordingly. It's nothing like a personal. Simply work oriented, efficiency, that matters a lot for those type of people. So with these four categories, there is no fixed style. If you score in one category more, that means that is your natural style. Does not mean that is the last. I just wanted to share one simple incident that happened to personally with me. In year 2006, I joined Atkins office, and in the next day, I had a very kickoff meeting with the client sitting in USA. Me and my HOD joined the meeting. Being the second day in office, in a meeting, I make very short notes, not many questions, just looking around to people. And when I thought, I will make a list of the question, let me read the scope and understand what the project is, how to do it, what to do it, and then I'll do it later as the time passes. Next day morning when I came to the office, I was told, okay, you will be working some other project. The message was, my HOD thought I'm not suitable. And after 4 months of moving around, he gave me another opportunity and say, you have to do it within certain time. I make very short and try to do it in that way and make the way he wanted to do it. And when I finish it, the client person appreciated a lot work, and this goes to HOD. HOD acknowledge it and says you did a good job, and he personally told me it was sorry, it was my mistake. I did not understand you well. And then he written to everyone in a department and saying, and then life becomes easy. So it is very important for us to understand others' style of communication. Otherwise, life becomes very difficult. So just summary, we have 4 styles: supportive, initiative, analytical, and directive. Nothing is the top, nothing is the bottom. It's you. We should decide which suit to you and take care of your others while you are communicating. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kudus. I saw myself in some of the types which you mentioned. Thank you so much. So let us wait for 30 seconds for evaluators to make notes. And if someone wants to give some comments, feedback to Toastmaster Kudus, please take your time. I think you had enough time for the comments. Now let us move to the second speaker. Our second speaker is Toastmaster Jacob John. But before we move to him, let us listen for his evaluator. For that, I'm inviting Toastmaster, our coach of the club, DTM, Michael.
Thank you, Toastmaster Farida. So our target speaker, Jacob John, with euphoria, I'm going to be listening to his speech. It's project number 2 under the Leadership Development Series. And this is about understanding your leadership style. So what I'm keen to hear is how he introduces different styles. There is a questionnaire that he would have filled in to discover his own style. And then how he is going to identify his preferred style. So 1, I'm going to be repeating myself again, identifying his own style, considering how his leadership impacts people around him, how he can adjust his style in different situations. It's a 5 to 7 minute speech. So in the spirit of knowing yourself, because they say when you know yourself, you know exactly how to apply yourself. Discuss your style, your preferences in a working situation, how you can adapt your style. Your speech title is You Called Me a Leader. So I'm going to hand you back over to Toastmaster Farida. Welcome. And we're looking forward to hearing your speech, Jacob John.
Before we will listen to the speech, let me tell you something about Toastmaster Jacob. He likes sport car racing. So far, he didn't have a chance to race by himself, but he likes to watch it on TV. He feels adrenaline rush when he is watching it. He feels euphoria. At the same time, he walks 4 kilometers per day because he likes to walk and he enjoys beauty of nature. Toastmaster Jacob John, you called me a leader. You called me a leader, Toastmaster Jacob John.
Ten students, 10 young boys, ran towards the corner tree, but they were afraid to climb. But one among them took the initiative and climbed. All the 9 followed, and they grabbed the branch, plucked the gooseberry, and put it in their pocket. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, that joy you have to experience. Have you ever tried gooseberry? First bite, it's bitter. Second bite, it's sour. And finally, it is actually sweet. But the euphoria has not lasted for a longer. They heard a shouting from the bottom of the tree. It was the principal, the school headmaster, standing with a stick, long stick. Come down. All came down, got down the tree and stood in a line, shivering. And he asked, who asked you to climb that tree? They all looked at me, the little Jacob. And here the principal asked, who is your leader? And they said, little Jacob. You know why they called I am a leader? Because I lead them by an example. They were afraid to climb, but I was the first one to climb the tree. So lead by an example. That's the first leadership I got in my school days. Scene 2. When I was in the college, I have a disclaimer to make. With all respect to our lady, the Toastmasters, generally there is a concept that the women are the depressed and oppressed. Unfortunately, it is not women. The boys who studies in a professional college are the depressed, oppressed and suppressed. Because our professor, he never liked a boy. He never liked boys. He always look at them and say that you are hopeless. jobless and useless. But if they see the girls, they are charming, they are caring, they are interesting, they are very good. If he sees boys, he will say, hey, I can see so many people like you wandering here and there without any job. Look at the girls, they are studying. See, the real problem comes when we need to get a signature in our journal record book. If the girls bring the record journal, the professor just signs, hi, how are you? Everything is okay. You must study, okay? If you have any problem, please come to me. If boys go there, you are a waste. Record, what is this? He just cross it and throws it out. He never signed a record book. So we need to pass the exam. So we need to get the record signed. So we need to put a strategy. The boys, they sat together. And I told them, we will do one thing. We will give our records to the girls. They will take to the professor. So we have given our records, journals to the girls. And they took to the professor. And the professor, without looking in the record, hi, how are you? Everything is okay. So we all got our records signed. So they called me a leader because I have put a strategy for getting the records signed. Then, see number 3, in the office. When I come to office, I have 2 bosses to deal. One at home, one at the office. When you have bosses, they want your attention, both of them, and they want your most time spend with them. My family boss, that's my spouse, she wanted most time with her. My office boss, he wanted my more time and concentration there. Then I was thinking what I could do. Then intelligence struck into my mind. I heard a software which is called Microsoft Team. I installed the team in my computer and put the status focusing. My wife was thinking I was focusing on her. My office boss was thinking that I was focusing on office job. But in reality, what I was focusing, if my wife knows, she will divorce me. If my office boss knows me, he will fire me. I think that my boss is not around. I don't want to risk my job. So what strategy I put there? I put intelligence. So they called me a leader because I put intelligence in there. So after so much years of experience, I came to my last time. If any graduates comes to my office, people say, send to Jacob. He was a leader. He was in the Toastmaster for a long time. He was in this company for a long time. The people coming with academic qualification, but no real experience. Experience can be given by Jacob. Send it to Jacob. So people sent to me and I didn't train them, but I coached them because I got a lot of experience. After going from my coaching, they understood the leaders, the other people said, oh, we can see some significant changes in these people. From where they got it? Because Jacob was coaching. Oh, Jacob, he's a leader. Leading by coaching. So which is my leadership style? In summary, in my school days, it was I was leading by an example. In college, I was leading by strategy. And when I started my office, initially it was by intelligence. And now at this age, so many years experience, I think my leadership style is coaching. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jacob. Let us have 30 seconds for the evaluators to take the notes. And if anyone want to provide feedback, comments to the speaker, please take your time. And now we are moving to the third speaker. Our third speaker is a Toastmaster Jatanshu Chawla. But before we move to him, let us listen to his evaluator, Toastmaster Satish. Toastmaster Satish.
Thank you, TMOD. It's a euphoria moment for the whole club of that is solely because of TM Farida for anchoring for her anchoring method. Thank you for that. And good morning, all participants, and the special one to my target speaker, Toastmaster Jatanshu Chawla. He is attempting the level 2 project from motivational strategies pathway. The project is about understanding your communication style. I believe this is the second project of today, having the same project name. The speech objective is for the member to learn about different communication styles and, importantly, identify his own communication style. Via his speech, he should share the impact that his communication style has made among his surrounding. The speech timing is 5 to 7 minutes. Hemant, please note it. Speech title: 4 styles of communication. Over to you, TMOD.
Before we will listen to his speech, I want to tell you something about Jatanshu, which I learned recently. He likes swimming and cricket. Before the corona, he was going to swim 3 times per week, and every weekend he was playing cricket. He likes cricket because in cricket doesn't matter how different you are, you can fit. 4 styles of communication. Toastmaster Jatanshu Chawla. Toastmaster Jatanshu Chawla. 4 styles of communication.
Thank you, Toastmaster Farida. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
So good morning, fellow Toastmaster. My speech title is 4 styles of communication. So if I had to ask in this room everyone to raise hand if you have ever been misunderstood by somebody, everyone will be raising their hand. And it could be, you know, we are in a corporate presentation, or we could be talking to a friend and we would see our friends or our colleagues just rolling their eyes, or they could be tingling their fingers. But we are here, they are not to be blamed. It's we who have not been able to tailor our communication as per their style, or as per our audience style, or as per the situation. So as we now work in the time of Corona, whereas there is technology, and me being a millennium generation, often find generation gap as a roadblock to communication. But one communication block that we can easily remove is by understanding the types of communication. So first of all, to start off with, we have the analytical communicators. Now these people are people that believe in hard facts, they believe in numbers. And this is something that I associate as well, because these people are the thinkers, the analyzers. These people, if these people are the one that are known for their informational intelligence. So just to take an example to understand the style of communication, if you are in a corporate presentation and you tell them that this year the sales are up and the sales are in positive, and they're in positive, then they'll look at you with suspicion and ask you, what do you mean by positive? By how much are the sales up in this fiscal year? So to respond to that, whenever you're talking to them, you need to tailor your communication to better resonate them by telling them that this year the sales are in positive and they're up by 4 to 5%. And this is one style of communication I associate myself, and even the cons of this communication. The con of these people, though they have information intelligence, they lack emotional intelligence. That's why they may often come across as cold, robotic sort of people. And this reason because of that, it's very difficult for people like us to forge strong bonds with other. Well, moving on to the next type of communication. These type of people are the supportive communicators or the personal communicators. Now, these people are the life of the party. They are the glue that holds the team together. These people have great conflict resolution. These people have great problem solving skills and they are great listener. Being a project engineer, these are some of the skills I want to inculcate in myself. Well, these people we saw the upside of them, but on the flip side, these people can often be, they're someone who they'll puff their chest and boast about their achievement and can come across self-centered, and they can come across as a bit touchy. Now, going back to the previous example, so when you are talking to these people in the corporate presentation, you would tell them, hey, with a smile on your face, you will tell them, I'm proud of this, proud of you. You have got us the sales up, and you've got us the profit in positive numbers. And when the moment you say that, you will observe these people looking around, not only just listening to what you said as a speaker, they would be gauging the audience and they would be absorbing the energy from their audience and from everyone around them. So they are in a way extrovert as well. Now transiting into the third type of people. These type of communicators are your intuitive communicators. These people look at the big picture. They're not bogged down by the details. These people are, do not like, unlike what you saw with the analytical people, they don't have analysis paralysis. They cut right to the chase. So it will be very evident to them, to all of us, that their pros is that they get stuff done. In my humble opinion, these are your bosses. These are your bosses, and to get into the good books and have a good relationship with these bosses, you need to give them in same presentation. You need to tell them, not talk too much about the problem, because that otherwise the head will explode. Just give them, this is the problem, in an orderly fashion. Remember, these people will not talk in an orderly fashion and will rather jump, which is a con for them, will jump right into the ultimate goal of the process. And hence, something I have understood, that I found the difficulty as a new worker, that it's very difficult for you as a new worker to keep up with them. Last but not the least are the functional communicators. Now, these people are people that are a mix of analytical and personal communicators. These people will never miss a step. They are thorough, and to them, when you're giving a presentation, you need to tell them the details behind each of your ideas. So, and there's a good chance they will follow through with you. So to conclude, to be an effective communicator, and anyone who wants to be a successful communicator does need to understand the type of audience we are talking to. So, and tailor our communication as per our audience and also as per the situation. So an example of that could be, you could be someone who's very who's intuitive, but you might, and because of that, you don't want to procrastinate, and you might jump into a situation which requires nitty-gritty. So always tailor your communication as per your audience and as per the situation, and so that's to be an effective communicator, which is one of the major reasons I joined Toastmaster. Thank you for being such a patient audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jatanshu. Let us have 30 seconds for the evaluators to make some notes, and for other people, if you want to provide any feedback or any comment to the speaker, you are welcome. We have 30 seconds for that. Let us check with timer. Toastmaster Herman, if all the speakers are in a time frame, and eligible for voting.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Farida. We have little surprise. One of our member did exercise for 30 seconds extra. So only the two will be eligible for voting, Toastmaster Jatansu and Toastmaster Jacob John.
Okay, so now it is the time for voting. Please vote for the best speaker. Vote for the speech which you like the most. Toastmaster Satish, is it possible if you share link with us? Because
Yeah, I will share
didn't manage.
the link in another few minutes. I will share the link. Request all the Toastmasters to vote. The link is on.
Everyone, please follow the link and select the best speaker.
There are only two names. So okay, so two names on there.
I hope you had enough time. So now we are moving to the next section of our meeting. That session is the simplest one. Why simplest? Because you are already a professional speaker, and anytime, whether it is day or night, without preparation, no, with preparation, with 5-second preparation, you are ready to deliver a perfect, well-structured speech with a powerful message. And that's why now I'm inviting you to participate in table topic. A table topic will be run by that section is simple, but table topic master is not simple at all. Last meeting, he gave us a powerful message. Don't follow others blindly. Apply your own judgment. In addition to that, he likes to play badminton and cricket at his home in India, as well as he likes to do morning exercises, because morning exercises gives him energy and start the day on a high energy note. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Nakul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Farida, for that wonderful introduction, and kudos to you as well for introducing that very unique way of representing a TMOD session in a hybrid mode. So kudos to you as well. I can really feel the way you have put the jacket on, so that can correlate us with the winter and in an open park that you are. So kudos to you. Now coming to the euphoria of today's meeting. The euphoria of today's meeting is the impromptu session. The impromptu session, by the name, as Farida has suggested, that it's a simple session. I would respectfully disagree, and I will give you one example. The example of in 1860s, the president of the USA, Abraham Lincoln, he was a very good public speaker. And somebody asked him that whenever you, many times you make short speeches and many times you speak for hours. So which way of speech is difficult for you? So you will be amazed by Lincoln's answer. President Lincoln's answer was that whenever I know that I have to speak for hours, I am at ease. But if I am giving an impromptu speech only for 5 minutes or 7 minutes, my conscience is more attentive. I have to do much more preparations. So this is a foray that not everybody is excelled, but only if by practicing in your uncomfortable zone will make you excel in this field also, the impromptu speech. So for the impromptu speech, I have some topics which are aligned with today's theme of the day, which is fitness and exercises. So I am going to share my screen. Yes, is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so what I request you that some volunteer come forward and pick up a topic which is on the display, and then we'll start our table topic. For the benefit of our guests, I will say that table impromptu session, it will be 1 minute to 2 minutes. And if you cross the 1 minute threshold, then you are eligible for the voting. And the table topics will be random. And the moment you will hear about the table topic statement, either you have to agree or disagree to the statement, and then whatever the thoughts come to your mind, just explain your thoughts either in 1 minute to 2 minutes, and then there will be a 10-second grace period. So any volunteer?
We have three: Jatansu, Toastmaster Kudus, and Toastmaster Manoranjan. And we would like to hear from our young, talented mind, Pritesh. So 4 members we have.
So may I ask? Okay, Jatanshu, which one you select?
Table topic 7.
Table topic 7. Okay. Okay. Online gaming is better than the physical games. Toastmaster Jatanshu. Online gaming is better than the physical games. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nakul. So my topic is online gaming is better than physical game. And just to talk about this topic, I need to just go back a week only and listen to our table topic evaluator, Ms. Deepa's speech about how online gaming is better, especially given how pragmatic it is for nowadays kids to play those games at the convenience of their home. Now, physical game could be such as, let's take an example of skiing. For that, we need to travel all across the world and go to a ski resort, which might be expensive, which might not, given how travel restrictions are nowadays, might not be feasible for everyone. So in that case, online gaming makes it possible for somebody sitting in the middle of a desert and switching on his, let's say, his Xbox Skynet and do skiing. I've personally experienced myself that where I'm in the middle of a desert, but I could relish doing skiing. I also went to a mall and played on a flight simulator. In real world, would anyone give me a plane, fighter jet to fly? I don't think so. Especially nobody wants to put their life in risk for that purpose. So to conclude, I will say that online gaming is better than physical gaming because it makes a lot of things possible with physical game, without which physical game cannot. And nowadays we're seeing people taking it as a career very seriously because millions of bucks are flowing into that industry. It's the new thriving industry. So I'm looking forward to online gaming giving a tough competition to physical games. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Nakul.
Kudos to you, Toastmaster Jatanshu. I can really see that a budding online gamer is with us today. in front of us in the form of Toastmaster Jatanshu. So congratulations for your future endeavors with on the online gaming. So moving on to our next volunteer. So who is the next volunteer? I can see Toastmaster Kudus is there and Paritosh is with us. Let me see. Paritosh, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, Paritosh, if you don't mind, yeah, can you take up the next?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, okay. So, so which one is your favorite number today? Just pick up any.
Yeah, I think I'll go with 3.
Okay. 3. What hurts today makes you stronger tomorrow? Toastmaster Paritosh, what hurts today makes you stronger tomorrow? Over to you.
All right. So I have some preparation time for this. I'm a bit.
You have 5 seconds to organize your thought and then go on.
Okay, I'll take my 5 seconds then. I've always believed in the fact that challenges and hurdles that comes on your way are just an issue that gives you a launch which is much better than what you were already on. So what is hard today will make it very easier for you tomorrow. And I truly believe in that fact because I'll start with a personal example. This summer I was able to land an internship with Google Summer of Code. When I went into the first meeting, I was totally baffled. I did not know anything that they were speaking of. I was confused and I was very stressed because there were professionals working around in millions of lines of codes and I could not understand a word of it. But I think giving it some time and giving it your complete dedication, and by dedication, I do not mean that you sit on your chair for 15 to 20 hours. I mean that you give it all your heart. I mean that you give it all your mind. For very short period of time also, it will give you something. It will give you a boost with your confidence that you require in order to crack the code completely. And this goes true with everything in life. If it's, as our topic says, if it's the physical health part for our day-to-day lifestyle, we can totally relate with the fact that going to the gym on the first week is very hard. But once you get the hang of it, it's easier to do those squats very easily. And you can keep on increasing the weights and the euphoria you get from it is not compared to any other. So I believe that what is hard today will surely be very easy tomorrow, but it only requires your dedication and your willpower to come and accept the fact that yes, you can do it. And as Obama once said to become the president of the United States, yes, we can. So I totally believe in that fact. That's it from me.
Kudos to Toastmaster Paritosh for that wonderful take on the subject. And I can totally correlate with a young engineer who is just going to a technocrats professional meeting in Google and get baffled at the first day what they are talking about. But slowly and surely, that new person, the new entrant, will be more conversant with the things and will be more comfortable with the surroundings as he gets more experienced. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Paritosh.
Thank you.
And now our next volunteer, I have seen Sankraji. Yeah, so Sankraji, if you can just unmute yourself and on your video. Okay.
Okay, Sirji.
Yeah. Good morning, Sankraji.
Yeah, very good morning, sir. My lucky number is 5.
5. Okay, so let's see what topic 5 is. When was the last time losing a game made you happier? When was the last time losing a game made you happier? Toastmaster Shankara.
Okay. When was the last time losing a game made you happier? every time. It is a common when you fight with wife. Okay, when you lose the game, definitely you are the first person to happiest, because if you are not happier next day onwards, you won't get the food in the home. Okay, sometimes. Okay, come into the topic. When you lose the game, sometimes it's happier, right? Here it is the thing. Every time you can't win the game. Sometimes you have to be. Sometimes you have to be lose the game. Maybe that will be happier more. If you take it as an example, like if you take it as an example, suppose if you want to win the race is something, but you show that you don't get that any good thing or any benefit, even though if you win the race. At the time, definitely you are in the person to lose instead of getting the good results or positive results or win the race. That is one thing. The second thing is that suppose you have done that most hard work. Okay, yeah, hard work, but you are going to present somewhere else. You know that your idea, it's not at all realistic. What you have done so far, definitely it won't get succeed. Okay, at the time, instead of present in front of others or win, because it's no use to the society or it's not useful to anyone. Unnecessarily go and present something and get some results or get some results or get some prizes for some time, which is not useful to any society or anything. At that time, it's instead of winning, it's a losing is the best option. Thank you. What do you?
Toastmaster Sankara, you have touched a chord today with me actually. When you said about the if something you are offering to the society and you feel inherently that something does not eventually benefit to the society, then in that case, best thing is the losing and do not offer it to society. So just 2 days before, I had made a presentation which was supposed to go to one of our client in Netherlands. And inherently, I felt when I made the presentation that this presentation is not going to add any value to client. Then I called project director and said, withhold that presentation because inherently I feel that this will not add the value. So to accept that something that we have made is not fit for the purpose. So that takes courage, and you have touched that chord within me. Thank you, Toastmaster Shankara. Now coming to the next table topic, and timer, if you can just signal me when you feel that we are lagging on the time. Okay, so with this I am
Sibu and Kudus.
Yeah, okay, thanks. So next I am taking Kudus ji. So Kudus ji, if you can unmute yourself and tell me which is your favorite number today.
Good morning, Nukulji. Like usual, taking the exam, I start from bottom, so I'll go for 10.
Good. Okay. Table topic 1. Let's see.
10.
10. Yes. Table topic 10. What factor prevents us most from following a fitness regime? Toastmaster Kudus. What factor prevents us most from following a fitness regime? Over to you.
Good morning to you all once again. My topic today is what factors prevent us from going to fitness. It's a really everyday's job. I will relate it first to myself and then we'll try to talk more on this subject. Actually, when I'm a passionate walker, when I wake up in the morning at 5:15 and go for praying, I used to say for myself, no, today I'm not going for walk. I'll come and sleep. But by the time you come, you get energy. No, it's not good. If you go, it's a hell. And that's the feeling, laziness that comes in everyone. Everybody thinks, oh, not today. But if you overcome a few seconds with that, you are again ready to move on. So this is where, and if you go, you start enjoying it, if you get the benefit it, and when you, at the end of a week, if you see your chart, you feel you did it. So the laziness is the prime factor which stops people going for work. And one more factor, when you talk to the people of 10, 5, 6, you find only two are going. You feel tempted, okay, take rest today. Maybe the guy will tell you, oh, every day you are going. Take rest today and enjoy. So the society, the people around you also tempted to feel tired, not to go it. So if you are clear in your mind, you eat the benefits, you like it, you definitely will ignore alls and move on. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kudusji, for that very wonderful take on the subject. And I completely agree with you when you say that the laziness is the prime factor. When those initial 5 to 10 seconds, the thought when it is conceived in our mind that, okay, take a rest today. If we overcome somehow that thinking, then our day will be bright for that day. So yes, I completely agree with you and correlate. I can correlate. The people around us sometimes will be hostile to the idea that we should take up the fitness regime. But yes, we have to overcome those challenges. Wonderful take by Toastmaster Kudus ji. Now coming to our next speaker. This is our 5th speaker for today. So I can see Sibu has raised his hand first. So yeah, Toastmaster Shibu, if you can, yeah, Sibuji. So now, so your favorite number today is
6.
6. Okay. So Toastmaster Shibu, to challenge yourself, which sports do you want to play that you consider difficult for you? To challenge yourself, which sport do you want to play that you consider difficult for you? Toastmaster Cebu, over to you.
Yeah, good morning, Toastmasters. Yes, yeah. Basically, I am not any sporty person, actually. I enjoy to watch sports, but not want to play any sports. But when I watching the games on the TV, basically I like football, but I wanted to play football. But I know that I am not, and physically I am not fit to do the game because it's require a lot of stamina, a lot of exercise, a lot of dedication to play football. Unlike other games, it is a team sport, and also at the same time you need to run around the ground. You need to do a lot of physical exercise and fitness and stamina to do the job. But it is a game like to watch, and I spend a lot of time to watching these games. But sometimes I feel in my heart if I had that type of physique, I should have joined with them, or I should have played like that. But in reality, sometimes, as I said, your mind is willing. Sometimes your body is not supporting, actually. Many times we think many things in our mind, but in reality, it may not be possible because of the physical things, for physical conditions. So I acknowledge my physical things and I acknowledge my health conditions. So I know that it's still in a dream, but since the question is asked which you like to play, I chose football. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shibu, and the way you have taken up this subject, and the line that catches my attention was the mind. Sometimes the mind is willing, but the body is not supporting, and that's when we have to acknowledge our state of our body. So same thing I can correlate with that. Many times when I see people, especially the students, playing the volleyball. And every time I see them, I want to play that volleyball, but then again, mind is willing, but the body is not supporting. So very well, good take, Toastmaster Shibu. Very relatable and very practical. Now, timer, Toastmaster Hemanji.
We can take final Manoranjan. Yeah.
Yeah, final one, Manoranjan. Okay, so Manoranjan, welcome in the impromptu session. Now we have some topics left, so you can select any topic which is on the red.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
I will go for number 9. 9 is my favorite also. It's because September is my September.
Let's see what 9 has. Good. Health and wealth complements each other. Health and wealth complements each other. Toastmaster Manoranjan.
Health and wealth complement each other. Yes.
Yes.
In our childhood, we used to heard this word. Health is wealth. If you have good health, means you are wealthy. Whatever wealth you have it, if your health is not give you the support, that means you are not wealthy enough. Any amount of money you have, it is not useful if your health is not good. Steve Jobs, if you see, when he in the last phase of his life, he explained and he gave this statement. So you should be healthy and you should prompt your family. You should encourage your kids, your family, surrounding all the friends that you should be healthy. You should meet a routine life. You should have a healthy exercise and you should have an euphoria doing this fitness regime to maintain the life and the healthy lifestyle. And that is the actual wealth to you and is wealthy to your family and surrounding people, your friends and everyone, it will be wealthy. So I prefer to have it in the healthy regime to maintain it. My kids do not like the morning 5 o'clock go for the walking and go jogging, but I used to make them, yeah, let us go it. Now because of COVID, it did not happen for a few months. Now I have started again. They used to go cricket in the Friday and the Saturday morning at 5 o'clock. We wake up and go for the cricket training session. So initially they forced me. No, it's very not supportive. But later on they realize, yes, this is helping. It is enjoyable, and health become, they become a very energetic after Friday, Saturday also is becoming energetic for them, and they used to get benefit in the school. They realize this training session help school, and he become a part of the school cricket team. Then is very helpful for them. So I believe health is ultimate wealth. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoranjan. What a practical, I mean, I can 100% correlate when, teenager kid is, initially will be more and more questioning why we are getting up 5 o'clock in the morning. What's the benefit of it? And when eventually when he get benefit through the cricket coaching and get selected in the school because of that training sessions. So yes, health and wealth go parallel, both complements each other, and we should always be focusing that if we are not maintaining our health, we will not be able to enjoy the fruits of our wealth. So this is it of today's impromptu session. and I would make a compelling case for health and wealth. Both should go hand in hand. Just as Farida has said that in the morning she is inspiring us to not just in talks. She is whatever she preach, she practice it. Like she is currently in a park and showing us the way like a leader. So over to you, to our leader, Toastmaster Farida, for due course of the meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nakul. Let us check with the timer if all our speakers are within a time frame and if they are okay for voting. Toastmaster Chairman.
Thank you, Toastmaster Farida. Euphoria moment for our club. All the 6 speakers, they were within their allotted time. All the 6 speakers are eligible for voting.
Oh, thank you, Toastmaster Heman. Toastmaster Satish, can you please share a link for voting?
Yes, in a minute.
So we had 6 speakers: Jatansu, Paritosh, Sankara, Kudus, Toastmaster Sibu, and finally Toastmaster Manoranjan.
The link is on. Link is online and the chat box. Please, I ask everyone, all the participants included, can vote.
Let us have like 20 seconds for it. I will calculate. This is my timer. Few more seconds. So from today onwards, we have little changes in our meeting because from this meeting, table topic speeches will be evaluated. And today, table topic speeches evaluator will be Toastmaster Deepa. When I spoke with Toastmaster Deepa about physical activities, she told me that she is walking every day and doing yoga for 20 minutes per day. Even if she had operation few years back, it doesn't stop her, and she has some restrictions from doctor. So now she cannot do such active sport like fighting, but she's doing yoga and walking, and the results is very good. Like last week, she made 7 hours of exercises in total. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepa.
Thank you so much, TMOD Farida. I must say you're doing a wonderful job with today's session. Coming to the table topics, Toastmaster Nakul Gupta had such wonderful topics for each and every speaker there. There was so much of an opportunity to speak on each and every topic. So what I would commend Toastmaster Nakul is for the way the topics were structured. So it is very easy for anybody to attempt and make a perfect foil of the table topics session. The first speaker we had was Toastmaster Jatanshu, who spoke on online gaming is better than physical games. So as a champion would do, he went against the grain. Normally people will expect them to say that physical games always surpass online games in terms of health benefits and various other issues. But here he took the bold step of speaking about in favor of online gaming. And he had a personal anecdote to go with it. He spoke about how it is convenient to speak from home. And also he highlighted the fact that he can go skiing in the middle of a desert through an online gaming app. And he spoke about travel restrictions and simulation to fly fighter jets, and he gave us the pros and cons of how online gaming always benefits those who cannot do certain things in the physical world. So he had 3 main things that he spoke about. He spoke about the possibilities that online gaming opens up, the convenience of it, and he validated it with personal experiences. So I thought that was a very, very well structured table topic that he attempted. He gradually built the case with an opening body and a conclusion. So I thought it was very, very well done. One suggestion for Jitanshu though is, please do not repeat the topic at the very beginning. There is no need for us to repeat the topic as soon as it is announced. That only kills time. And if you're in a contest, people will say that you are trying to buy time by doing that. So please avoid doing that. The second table topic speaker was guest Paritosh. What hurts today makes you stronger. He took that full 30 seconds, organized his thoughts and started. And what amazed me was, for someone who's speaking table topics for the first time, he did a fantastic job of it. Straight off, he plunged into the topic. It almost sounded like he was a veteran of numerous such sessions. And he validated his opening with a because, and there was a personal example in terms of his internship, and a much stronger example in terms of Jim. What I felt he should have done better was to develop on that story of Jim, because that directly correlates with the topic of what hurts today makes you stronger tomorrow. So if you had developed on that, you would have strengthened your case. But having said that, you used the word of the day and you had a quote, Obama, yes, we can. And, so you kind of built your case, but it could have been a little stronger is what I feel, especially the one on internship. Somewhere you just left it hanging. So if you had just developed on that, you would have had a beautiful table topic attempt. And I must congratulate you on your maiden effort. It was fantastic. You're welcome. Third speaker, Toastmaster Shankara. When was the last time losing a game made you happier? An argument with his wife became his game, and I thought it was a humorous start. I wish you had developed on that, because I think there is so much of an opportunity in that particular field, because we all love to use our spouses as punching bags, especially during table topics session. Toastmaster Shankara, you had such a promising start. I was just waiting for you to plunge into a very, very humorous session. But then you went into something more philosophical. The 2 points that you put forward about the being of benefit to the society and when it is not going to be of any use to anybody, you would much rather lose it. So that just brought out the strength of your character. My humble suggestion, though, would be to validate those 2 points that you made, and with a little more of a personal example. So what the statement you made, we would have been able to understand it better. I understood it better when Toastmaster Nakul, through his observation, reinforced it. So if you had done that, it would have had a more stronger argument in your case. I would like you to take those 30 seconds in the beginning to organize your thought, because you are a wonderful speaker, and that is where I would want you to work on, in organizing your thought process. Table topics does not give you too much of an option, but it would have helped if you had developed your speech a little more organized, in an organized fashion. Fourth speaker, Toastmaster Kudus. What factor prevents us from following our fitness regime? Again, he had the presence of mind to bring in the element of laziness, which all of us suffer from, because it is very easy to give up than to pay more attention to our physical regime. So he spoke about 2 issues, that is laziness and the influence of other people. Again, the influence of other people ties it back to laziness again, because it is easier to say, oh, you asked me not to go, therefore I am not going. But in actual reality, it is your laziness which prevents you from going forward. A suggestion for you, your structure could have been better, and because the ideas were there. So you could have again added a story in between to validate your points, your argument. The structure is what I saw was missing in yours. And another suggestion for you, Toastmaster Kudus, is straight off, don't plunge into the reason for your not being able to fulfill your physical exercise, because you could have slowly built the case. Like they do in the films, you have a build up to it. Like if you see a typical Rajnikant film, the introduction does not happen immediately. It happens 4 or 5 minutes into the movie. So, that is the kind of build up you need to give when you're doing your table topics session. So laziness straight off does not really help. Then the fifth topic was to challenge yourself. Which sport do you want to play that you consider difficult for you? And Toastmaster Shivu, you were wonderful, because all of us have this thing when we watch saying we want to be a ballerina, we want to be a football player, we want to be a gymnast. But our mind tells us our physical requirements are something else altogether. There is, you brought in the beautiful element of the mind and the heart conundrum, and the eventual divorce between the two in terms of ideas and actually, seeing it through. So the element of fitness and stamina that you spoke about, again, it was very well done. The only suggestion I have for you is to please infuse some expressions, because if this was a very funny topic and you had all the elements of humor in it, but somehow your expressions did not really match up to the words that you were expressing. So that is where you need to work on, and you're such an experienced speaker, so it is not exactly difficult for you to bring in that expressiveness in your attempt. And again, the topic had tremendous scope for improvisation and humor, which you could actually have attempted at. And one observation I had for Toastmaster Shibu is today he was not in his usual element. That is something you need to work on. Then the sixth speaker we had was Toastmaster Manoranjan. Health and wealth complement each other. I thought Toastmaster Manoranjan did a fantastic job, because bang on, he brought in the age-old quote of health is wealth, and went on to develop from there and spoke about Steve Jobs, which is the most important example when you speak about health being wealth, because here was one wealthy man who was dying of cancer. So that is an appropriate example you brought in. I thought that was very timely. And then the next example you gave was of your own children, where you are telling them to start working on their health, which is in future, it's their wealth. So you also had a very emphatic finish with, I believe that health is the ultimate wealth. So you had a body, you had an opening, you had a body, and a typical conclusion. So I thought this was a very, very well-rounded table topic attempt that you made today, Toastmaster Manoranjan. I hope to see you more and more giving more improvised speeches. There are 5 suggestions I made, which I want to highlight now. That is, it always helps in table topics to go against the grain. So if you have an argument which is not the most obvious, it actually impresses judges at a contest. Number 2, organize your thoughts. Take your time at the very outset to organize your thoughts. Secondly, do not repeat the topic. That's another folly that we all make, so let's try and avoid it. And 4th point that I made is never plunge into your topic directly. Build your case slowly and steadily. Use those 2.5 minutes that are at your disposal. And the 5th point is try and infuse some energy into your speech, and you will have a winner there. I know I've exceeded time. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Over to you, TMOD.
Oh, thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepa. And now we are moving to the next section of our meeting, which is evaluation session. Let us move to the evaluators of the prepared speech. And first evaluator of first speaker is Toastmaster Sunita. Even if she had a back injury, she came back to the swimming. Here is the personality. She is trying to do swimming 5 to 6 times per week. Each time is 20 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster Sunita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Farida. And well done to my speaker, Toastmaster Kudus. I'm going to evaluate your speech. I'll go through the different elements first and then talk about the body of your speech, the purpose, objectives, and what you excelled on and what you can improve on. So with regards to clarity, there was definitely clarity in your speech with vocal variety. You have a very conversational style of speaking to the audience. Your eye contact was superb. I was very impressed. Also, having seen your previous speeches, I think from the time I've joined, although I've not evaluating your speech, but I could see that the progress has been there. And with regards to audience involvement, you had them by asking them questions. Of course, you didn't wait for an answer. I don't think there's much time for such things during a speech, but you did ask them questions. Your content was interesting. You spoke about the different communication styles and how people can have more than one, and also the impact of your style when you did your personal anecdote on the project manager. You did go through the details of what different kinds of communication style was. And because of that, let's look at your purpose, the objectives. Yes, you did learn about your different communication styles. Your personal style, maybe I missed it, but I'm not sure you had highlighted that. And of course, the impact of your style was seen through your anecdote. One thing that the speech should not be is a report on the content, understanding your communication style, which I thought it was. So the topic itself could have been something different, where you actually exhibited your communication style. You could have mentioned it. However, I did feel it was a detailed report on what we would have learned through the Toastmasters tool. Excellent. Yes, a conversational style of speaking. You have a very warm, you sort of get your audience engaged, and lovely way of speaking to them. Something you might want to work on is practice your speech, your timing. So do a few runs, time your speech, and you'll see that maybe when you go over, you can revise your speech and time it. You'd have to practice your speech quite a few times. This is something I do. And to challenge yourself, select a topic. You can mention some of the communication style, but through your speech, let the audience identify, be able to see, yes, your communication style is XYZ. Okay, so thank you, and well done again.
Thank you very much.
Over to you, TM Farida. TMOD Farida.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunita. Now we are moving to the evaluator of our second speaker. Evaluator is our club coach, DTM Toastmaster Michael. When I asked him what he is doing, he told that he is doing Acro Yoga every Friday. Because when he is doing Acro Yoga, he feels himself like he is back in childhood. Woo! Over to you, Toastmaster Michael.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Farida. Can everybody hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Yeah.
So with great euphoria, I will play back to your speech that you delivered, Jacob John, my evaluation, and areas where you excelled, and also areas where you can excel even more. So to this end, I want to address the word cleverness. Now, when I look at the synonyms of the word cleverness, one of the various derivatives of the synonym is knowing. And I thought to myself, yes, in the spirit of knowing yourself, you definitely have reached a level of being able to relate your style through the various rich examples that you have shared. So well done on that. And the global thread throughout the various speeches, the styles that you have shared, is adaptability. How you have switched your styles through the various situations in your life, from the bitter sweet pain of plucking gooseberries to the sting at the end of the school principal's cane. So sometimes being a leader can mean sacrifice. So in college days, you experience ridicule as a young man, confronting the bias of the faculty to certain student groups. And you decided that you would challenge the system and find ways around getting acknowledgement and recognition. and that was to leverage off your fellow students. I'm sure your fellow students also most probably saw the bias of the faculty, and your leadership style was sufficient to persuade them, to help them and help you to get acknowledgement, even though it was through distractions of the young ladies that signature was obtained. In the work situation, you bring about many new challenges, especially with the dilemma of having many bosses. And as a project manager and a project practitioner, I identify with having many bosses, so I understand your dilemma. But leading by example can be rewarding. However, you need to be careful at the examples that you share, because if the audience should choose maybe to set the mode of focusing on MS Teams in their home or maybe on the work computer, they may be caught out. And guess who they're going to mention when the boss or the spouse asks, who is your leader? They're going to, without euphoria, they're going to sheepishly say, Jacob John. Finally, from a journal of leading by example, strategy, intelligence, coaching, and rich storytelling, knowing yourself and being able to adjust, you've definitely met the objectives of the project. Areas that you can sell that relates mostly to practical application. And I remember that time that you mentioned your first meeting with your clients in the US and the feedback that was given. So knowing oneself is also about making a positive impact, and maybe you can learn from this going forward. So my final question is, who is your leader? Who is your coach? Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Michael. Now we are moving to the evaluator of the third speaker. Next evaluator is Toastmaster Satish. When I asked him what type of activities he is doing, he told me that he likes to play badminton, and he plays it a couple of hours. Exercises he doesn't like much, but sometimes if he wants, he is doing indoor cycling. Over to you, Toastmaster Satish.
Thank you, Farida. You could have mentioned that word when I feel stoutness. Thank you again for such a lovely introduction. Communication is the act of transferring information from one place or a person or a group to another. Today, a person, which is Toastmaster Jatanshu Chawla, from a place, Canada, try to do that to the Petrofac Toastmasters Club, a group at a place in United Arab Emirates. Oh boy, there was some communication, huh? My target speaker has an objective about to learn about the various communication styles, and importantly, like I mentioned earlier, he need to identify his own communication style, and then he has to go one step ahead, share the impact about how it made on others. So let us see how he fared on all these objectives. As usual, I break down my evaluation into 3 segments. First, the positives, where he excelled, followed by where he can improve, and finally concluding at where he can challenge himself. First things first. I appreciate Jatanshu for identifying a whole new set of communication styles rather than switching to what has been there in the pathways manual or what are usually available in the Google. Often a time I refer Google, I type the Google to search the answers for my question, but he invented his own methodologies, and he identified 4 types of communication. I think the bracket of 4 is what he has chosen. I think there are many other type of communication, but limiting a bracket for that communication style shows his commendability that he has seen a lot of things, he has referred to a lot of things, and he is identifying within this bracket. A big thumbs up to that. So the 4 styles, which are innovative, supportive, intuitive, and functional. His speech definitely excelled on the way he explained each type, and using a situation. You know, in my view, situation-based explanation is one of the effective method of communication, and I think you can you tick the right box as always. English is one of your forte. I have mentioned it quite a lot of time, and you used a great skill of English strength. One more kudos to you on that. And you used a good way of expressing the things. Much appreciated. With these positives, I move to the segment where you can improve. And here I wish to quote his speech objective. He ticked the first segment correctly, identifying the different styles of communication, but he did not share what is his own communication style and what impact it made on others. So had he done that, his speech would have been complete in all the sense. So please take care of that, ticking the objectives of your communication. With this note, I move on to the final segment where he can challenge himself. Two things. One, engage the audience. Try to put Q&As and get their feedback. It is a tricky proposition. I agree with the limited time period you have, but if you could make it within that time period, there is nothing like that. Second, give your speech with a standing position like I'm doing you now. A standing position, it gives a wide angle. You need to position your camera wide angle so that it gives good space for your hand gestures, and that makes communication more effective. Overall, you did a wonderful speech. I think you had a euphoria when you prepared this speech. I wish that it continues as you progress along your pathway. Good luck and over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Satish. As I mentioned earlier, there are few changes from today onwards. We have few more roles. One is a table topic speech evaluator, and another one is evaluator of table topic session itself. And today this role will be played by Toastmaster Muhannad. When I spoke with him what type of sports he is doing, he told me that he is doing calisthenics because it helps him to climb walls and run away, helps to carry himself, and gives him protection for backbone and knees. Over to you, Toastmaster Muhannad.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Farida. Today is in a euphoria to see our past president, Toastmaster Nakul. He's doing two rules in one. He's delivering the Toast Table Topic Master. At the same time, he's delivering his speech, his project, sorry. So his project is about active listening. So it's expected from him to listen to all topics and give a summary. So giving a summary means give a motor between one speaker to another speaker. Now, I was expecting that since you want to listen and you want to show those listening skills, that you have to summarize the 1 to 2 minutes speeches of each of our table topics in one statement or two, and then you introduce the other one. However, looking now to the speakers and how it went, so we had today we have around 5 speakers or 6 speakers. So some of the speakers, you did very well in summarizing their speech. You in one statement, you said whether they agree or not agree, and in few words are there. However, I've seen the other type of speakers, like especially the first 2 speakers and the last speaker. You were just saying, yes, you're correct, good speech, good things, and maybe you give one word on him, and then you start correlating it with your own personal story, and start saying, this is why we're questioning, this is what we did this, what we did that, and you spent another 10, 20 seconds of the time to add your own input to it. But this is not expected. It is expected that how we have in the debates, we have the conclusion speaker. You're not supposed to add any new points from the speakers are there. You're supposed to summarize what he says as short as possible, as there in concise statement are there to reflect on the listening skills. So 50, 60 of the table topics, it was yes, is there. Others were a little bit short. Maybe if you could invest the time of correlating and adding your own points into the summary, you focus on this, that will add the bigger value, and you could master this 100%. However, it's been passed for the time being. Your voice was clear. Your question of table topics is in line with the theme. You use the word of the themes. You try to use it. Enthusiasm, eye contact, engagement. They all went wonderful, show that you are really professional speaker and role player. I will stop here and I will leave the other evaluation of the total topic rule to the general evaluator. As an overall, you achieved it, but you achieved it by 60% mark, not 100%, because of the points mentioned. Thank you very much. Keep it up. Toastmaster Nakul.
Thanks, Mona.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muhammad. Now let us check with the Heman if all the evaluators are within a time frame. If all are okay for the voting.
Yes, all the three, they did justice with their time for exercise. They did exercise for the perfect timing. Thank you.
Oh, excellent. Toastmaster Satish, can you please share the link with us? For
Yeah,
the
the link is put on the chat box already. All Toastmasters can vote.
There are 20 seconds for voting. Please follow the link and select the best evaluator. I hope you had enough time to vote. Now let us move for the next part, which is grammarian and accounter report. And let us check whether we are okay with grammar or there is a room for improvement. Toastmaster Sibu, over to you.
Thanks, Farida. What a wonderful meeting we have today. Today, the report for accounter. What I observed today is that the many of the filler words we didn't use it at all, but some filler words like many times one target speaker uses but we try to avoid that one. And some filler words like whenever you're not able to get the words, use like that. So that try to avoid that. Also 5 or 6 times it has been used, and the word has been used many times one of the speakers. Then coming to the grammar sessions, we had a lot of new variant of vocabulary. What I observed is marvelous, deformation of spines, compression, decompression, depicted, perceived, forge, incalculate, procrastinate, and I was totally baffled and go against the green. So many new words and many idioms we have used in today's vocabulary. If you closely observe, you can find it out. I would encourage all to closely observe the vocabulary, and if write it down if you have found something new and interesting, so you can improve your vocabulary. And regarding the tense usage, I think I found 1 or 2 mistakes today. When you are talking about present tense, use the past tense. And for example, I completely agrees with you. Actually, I completely agree with you. Not yes is not required there. Then he was in the company for many years, but still he's working there. So it should be like that. He is working in the company, or he has been working in the company for many years. Like that of past and present tense, we miss to use properly. So this type of small mistakes are there. Overall, it is a very fantastic meeting. Thank you. Over to TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sibu. Now let us check with Toastmaster Manoranjan if word of the day was used properly and if and how many times. Over to you, Toastmaster Manoranjan.
Thank you, Farida. Actually, today I am in real euphoria. So I have observed the use of the word. So today almost all the speakers, starting from the president and today's Toastmaster and all the target speaker, evaluator, everybody has used. Some of the speaker has used 3 times. DTM Michael has used 3 times the word, and Satish used 2 times. Then Nakul, Toastmaster Nakul used 2 times. almost everyone use the word. So I like the meeting today, the way the word of the day is used. So of course our demand is always more. So if all the speaker would have been used, that's the best. But I'm very much happy. So it's around 20 times today the word is used in the meeting. So over to you, Farida.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoranjan. Now we are moving to the General Evaluator report, which will be given by a guest from Fujairah Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Mahendran. Toastmaster Mahendran, over to you.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, and thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Farida. And a special good morning to everyone also. The meeting starts at the right time. Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Farida, have read out the mission of the statements. I may miss the meeting number, whether she told about the meeting number, because the meeting number tells about the entire club history, how many meetings that we have passed. Maybe I missed it. Apologies for that. Coming from the president, again the president, Toastmaster Mohanad, informed about how the Toastmaster works and how it's networking, and also the upcoming international speech contest that is going to come in his club. He mentioned about it. And the second thing is that the pathways. He told about pathways, how many pathways are there, how many members are opted for 2 pathways. And then he also said, if you complete 2 pathways, please come to us. We are here to support. What is the next step to reach 3 TM? That's a really appreciate one, because that's the spirit and the support that real leader supposed to give to their members. I feel you are one of among them. Kudos to you, President. Timer, Toastmaster Hemant, he mentioned about the timing in general. And in the timing report, actually, there is no any such timing report when the meeting start, how about the wordmaster took the time, what is the timer took, and what the grammarian took. There is no any such sequence. We are just mainly concerned about the speakers, but timer is all about the timing, even including a speaker, a role player, even president's speech. We should know all the timings so that we are running on time or delay in time. I think we are lack of bit of the entire schedule. If the timer could have mentioned those, then it would be better to catch up those timing, and then we can able to complete at the entire session in the timing as per the agenda. That's my simple suggestion. And accounter and grammarian. Toastmaster Shibu, you are very well explained about the role and your position, and you have noted about the grammarian, the beautiful words, the idioms that they have used in today's meeting. Kudos to you, grammarian Toastmaster Shibu. Toastmaster Manoranjan, word of the day, euphoria. That's a wonderful word. In the early morning that we are going to, the entire day that we are going to use this word, I feel that because we are in the state that I'm in the state of euphoria. To be frank, I have attended this meeting. The energy that today's meeting is going to be there in the entire day in my life. Thank you, Father, the word. And you have mentioned who are all used, how many times that they have used. That's a wonderful attempt. The project speakers, you all got exuberant speakers here, I could see, and you are very well evaluated by your evaluators. So I'm not going to tell about my view because you are all awesome. Table topic master, Nakul Gupta. You are awesome. The reason is that you started to quote about the title, and then once the speaker completed, you try to convince and make the speaker be comfortable that they spoke well. That's the thing that is really required for the table topic master, because it's not for me, it's not a competition, it's a club meeting. You have to encourage each member to come forward to try the table topic. As you rightly said, table topic is not the easy session. It's more, it's a butterfly effect. Everyone, if you call on stage and you give a topic to speak, no one is able to do it. But in this meeting, today's meeting, I could see people are coming forward voluntarily. They are coming forward, do the speech very casually. That's brilliant. Means that's how the table topic master is supposed to handle the table topic section. Really kudos to you, table topic master Nakul Gupta, for your wonderful attempt. Table topic evaluation. Toastmaster Deepa, you are an awesome evaluator, ma'am. To be really frank, it's not easy to evaluate a series of speakers and then write out their points, it individually, and give the valuable feedback, how to conclude the speech, how to open the speech, give a valuable suggestion. Those are really brilliant. Without experience, it won't come automatically, and it is very difficult task to experience, evaluate each table topic speaker. I was really amazed to see such a detailed evaluation report from you, and you give a valuable suggestion how to open a case, how to conclude, and how to be the body. And you agree and tend not to agree, and then you put suggestions. That's really awesome. A brilliant applause to you, Toastmaster Deepak. Evaluator, Toastmaster Sunita, you are exuberant. You put a very sandwich method to the speaker, and you also pointed out where he lagged. Like the report supposed to be, the speech supposed to be not a report, and you rightly highlight that. But one thing what I feel that you could have tell that whether he complete his speech successfully or he has to redo the speech. Maybe you give a personal opinion, it's up to you. It's my opinion, I'm just sharing this data. Otherwise, you are very good, means you have very well thoroughly evaluated the speaker. DTM Michael, you are awesome. So I could not say anything about, because the such experience that you have flawless of words that you just come forward from you, and you just admit the entire room, and more I could see all the people are just listening what you are trying to say. Mrs. Meticulously you are done. Toastmaster Sadish, you demonstrate, the main thing what I see is that you demonstrate how to speak, because you just stand forward and say that you're supposed to not come forward, you're supposed to be stand and speak. And then you showed like that I'm doing. So it would be better to speak. This is the right position to speak. That's how you can conclude your evaluation to the speaker, convince your speaker that to stand and speak. That's a really brilliant attempt, Toastmaster Sadish, the evaluator. The main thing again I see is that evaluate the table topic master. This is the first time I'm hearing it, and Toastmaster Mohana, the president, he started with these are the things need to done, and these are the things you supposed to take care. If you put a straight away points that I give only 60% mark, you have to work out for the rest of the 40%, and you have to come forward. This type of evaluation I had never seen before. This is really brilliant, like a leadership style, one of the leadership style I could say, that he pointed out directly and said, you come forward next time in a different way. You are brilliant, Toastmaster Mohammed. Did I miss anyone? I think I have completed everything. Oh, Toastmaster of the day. How could I miss the energy, Toastmaster Farida? You are the captain of the ship today, and you deserve the thundering applause from each one of the meeting, to be frank. Because the energy that you flows today. When I saw you are an outdoor, to be frank, when I saw you are outdoor, I thought, oh, come on. How come a TMOD can be outdoor and going to speak about the end, how she is going to run the meeting from the outdoor? There will be a lot of disconnections, and there will be a lot of noise. But you said, Miss, I'm wrong. I admit that I made a mistake. It's like that. You did awesome. There are flawless of speech. The main thing is that when you call about your speakers and your members, if you ask Toastmaster Joseph, then immediately I could say, he loves to see a race. Toastmaster, when you ask about Toastmaster Manoranjan, immediately I could say, yes, he loves to play table tennis. So that's the spirit. I could able to name the person and tell about their favorite sports in each of your members. That much effort that you put means the last 1 week, I could say, means last 1 week, maybe 2 weeks, that you collect all the members' details and point out in a different way, unique way to know each member's effort and what they love to do. It's really brilliant. The entire meeting was flawless, and each members are take their role, their responsibility in a different way. Every person experiencing their life in unique, and it depends on how they manage tiny habits and their steps. And Toastmaster is a perfect example. How each role player meticulously put their effort to run the meeting flawless, more energetic. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. It's a flawless meeting. I really wish to see again all you people. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. A special thanks to Toastmaster Satish. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahendran. Importance of physical culture. Just to summarize, as I told you before, all together, we noticed that there are a few benefits. One is it improves our mood, and second, it boosts our energy level, and it is good for our health. That's why, not to take much of your time, please turn on your camera and repeat few exercises after me. It will take 1.5 minutes. First one is flexion of our spine. Forward, inhale to prepare, exhale to flex. Inhale to stay, exhale to roll back up. One more time. Inhale to prepare, exhale to flex. Inhale to stay, exhale to move up. One more time. But here is important thing is we are not moving pelvis. We are moving only our spine. 2 more times. Inhale to prepare, exhale to flex. First movement is flexion forward. Second movement is extension. That's why keep your hands inside, lock your hands, and just move it backwards a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next one is a flexion to the side. Reach with one hand towards the ceiling, towards the sky, and with another hand towards the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And number 4 is a rotation of our spine. Keep your hip stable and move only with your spine. Inhale to prepare and exhale to move. Inhale back, exhale to move. Inhale back, exhale to move. And before we finish, make a deep inhale and exhale, and let all negative energy go out. Stay fit, stay healthy. Over to you, Toastmaster Muhannad.
Thank you very much. Such a creative, innovative Toastmaster of the day. Now, I won't like to close the meeting, but before we close the meetings, I would like to remind the guests today that you please feel free to attend our meetings as much as you want. And if you decide to join us, send a message to me or to Toastmaster Hemant, and we'll see if you want to join or not. But feel free to come again and again. We're happy to see you and join us. The next Toastmaster will be Toastmaster Hemant Gur. Our meeting is not clashing with the holidays, end of the year holidays, so we'll continue our regular meetings as it is. So in Toastmaster, no one lose, but we win and learn. And we have a few winners today for the rules and speakers. So let's start. The first winner is our best speaker. Any guesses? Toastmaster Jatanshu Chawla. And what Jatanshu will win? Since our theme is sports, he will win all the supplements. Huge supplements. Sports, so he can play and grow his muscles and sport. Then the next winner is a table topic master of the day. So table topic master of the day, he's a person who's young and he has impressed us. He has come from all the way to come and impress us and win on us. Let's all greet our guest, Batriosh. He has won today the silver tongue. So he won the silver tongue, and that's still 1 kilo of silver. Congratulations, Batriosh.
Thank you.
Now, let's see the next winner. The next winner is the best evaluator. He's the evaluator who inspired us, who's making us, we are ready. And for the next competitions is the Toastmaster Diba, and she win all this visual protein, so she can play sports and grow in her exercise. The last one, but not the least, he is the best role player today who has prepared wonderful sessions which we all enjoyed and we could correlate to it. He's a Toastmaster Nakul Gupta for the best player. And this is the trophies of the year. Thank you, Nakul. Wonderful. And guys, I just want to remind you, if you want to go out of your comfort zone, our friend from Fujairah Toastmaster is here. You can go and grab any rule in his meetings. And I would really recommend you, please go outside of comfort zones. We have he's an ambassador from his club, and he's welcome to you. So you can feel free to book your any rule with him. Just at least as attend or listeners, that's also a rule. And book your speaking slots for the next meeting with Toastmaster Hemant. Thank you all. Please show your cameras. Let's have all the group photos together. I consider the meeting adjourned.
All cameras on. Smile. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Not able to see a president.
President.
Protein. Full of proteins and complementaries.
Yeah, let's take that again. Mohannad, I couldn't see you there. Sorry. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, cheese. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all for
thank you all.
secondary roles. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. See you all.